forces diversity out.
Right.
I think there'll be a lot more diversity. We're a bit more open-minded about these aspects too.
Thank you.
Prerequisite. So to get more and more women educated and also getting into the workplace is the prerequisite for India's sustainable development program. So many study reports, include the WHO report, says that women who study STEM fields are less likely to enter STEM careers. So we discussed in the morning, there are many reasons they exit these careers earlier than the male peers. So women in STEM fields, they publish less research articles and are likely to be underpaid. Obviously they are underpaid. So women comprise only 29% of the workforce. This is the data not only for India, it's also for, in fact, Indian number is slightly lower than this, and it is for across 146 nations as per the study. Lacks in women participation in the STEM workforce, which is, as we discussed, lower than the global average, 27%. A great number of women drop out as they shift from STEM education into careers. So many programs, we heard a lot of corporates use their own programs where they encourage more women to the workforce, and also they create new programs and innovative programs to motivate them and to sustain their participation. So to discuss this problem and to share the learning in enhancing the women STEM talent and participation in workforce, we have a program and also its outcome and its effectiveness.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the opportunity. So allyship is very close to our house, and as I said, diversity and inclusion is part of our I2PEGA values, right? So it really creeps into everything that we do. And going back to the ERGs, well, we have a host of them. It's not just Women at PEGA. We have Women at PEGA, PWD at PEGA, Pride at PEGA, we have veterans, and globally we have Asians at PEGA, Latins at PEGA, and Black at PEGA. So we do have like a bunch of these ERGs. So allyship really cuts across all of this. But back to women in STEM and allyship for us, right? So one of the things that we really talk about, in fact I talk about in these global sessions that I do, is 6 fine fit when we're talking about allies. What is allyship? I mean, if I really have to put a question back at all of you, it's a partnership. It's somebody who is in a more powerful position, or for lack of a better word, in a position of privilege, simply because they've been there and done that becomes your ally. Somebody who's had a better exposure or more of an exposure becomes your ally. I really want to change the industry definition of a male ally. I don't want to see that anymore, right? Ally can also be a woman, simply because she's been there, done that. So what we say for allyship, and the 6 finest practices to do with allyship, is observe very closely some of these microaggressions in your organization. You know, sometimes these can be very subtle. Maybe you're just not giving time to that newbie on the board. Maybe you're constantly interrupting somebody in that meeting. Maybe you have this age bias where you say, oh, maybe this person's really obsolete and has nothing more to say. So these are some of the microaggressions which I think can really creep in and really spoil sort of the conducive environment at work. We have to watch them very closely. We have to give the space, as Sudipta said. People must be able to open up. We need to be creating safe spaces. So we cover a topic on safe spaces and how it's important for people to walk up, and we have digital badges for people who are great allies. So we pretty much recognize who are our allies. And we can also recognize them. We have a strong allyship recognition program. You can sit here in India and recognize somebody who's in Australia or any, if you think that yes, they've been your great ally.
So thank you so much for this, and yeah.
Yogita sitting here. When we go to the manufacturing, which has the combination of people with engineering background or manufacturing background, it drops drastically. And so I think that's where we are trying to see what we can do. Some of the thoughts which Sahana said is also we are putting in practice through employee resource groups, or enabling them to find the next best version within the space of manufacturing. So a lot of work is happening in that space. And so the challenge here in terms of why we see less participation is also a big question mark. Is it only the environment, is it opportunity, or a self I'm not going to solve that, but I think we should start thinking about it to see where we can solve. So what we are doing as an organization is, one, of course, we hire as many as balanced leadership. When I say balanced leadership, it goes beyond men and women, and that's the focus. Balanced workforce, because soon we should come out of this. My aspiration, personal aspiration is, we should stop.
Yogita has coached 100 plus employees on lean tools and has helped eliminate waste, 8 types of waste from the system and improve productivity. Hearty congratulations.
So thank you so much for this, and yeah.
I'm from Coimbatore, and I completed my graduation in automobile engineering in the year 2019.
Shall I start? Yeah. This is the inaugural edition of the Myavtar Career Conference for Women in STEM. In this inaugural edition, which is taking place at the KTPO auditorium here in Bangalore, Whitefield, we have had 6,000 women who are registered for this, and we have had this conference taking place in 4 parallel streams. So we have a conference stream, we have a skilling track, we have a job fair track, and we also have a mentoring track. This is the first time in India that these 4 tracks are being conducted in a conference like this, of this proportion, for the area of STEM. The problem of women in STEM is that in India, even though women are 50% of the population, and even though women's education is actually really very good and it's much better than the men in several sciences, in several fields, women do not get sufficient opportunity to be there as part of science, technology, engineering, manufacturing, and these kinds of industries. In the current goal that we have in India, we are looking at a 50% workforce participation rate of women. So this 50% women's workforce participation rate will actually make India a developed nation, because you will have more women contributing not only to the GDP of the country, but also to India's economic empowerment being much better than before. That is the goal of the Myavtar Career Conference for Women, and each time, each of the cities, we will be having a different vertical and a different horizontal that we will be focusing on.
How many days conference?
This is a single day conference taking place. It started at 9 a.m. in the morning and it will conclude at 6 p.m. today. And as I said, there are 4 parallel tracks where the women are participating, and the women are also logged in virtually. We have 2,000 women who are registered for the virtual conference and 4,000 for the in-person conference.
How many awards are given?
So we had a series of awards that were given as part of this conference. We had the STEM Divas Awards, the STEM Stars Awards, and these awards are basis the career stage of the women, in the STEM industry that they are working in. So for early careers, we had a set of awards. For middle career, we had a set of awards. And for matured career also, we had awards. Besides, we also recognized companies that are having very good practices for encouraging women in STEM.
Lakshmi Kripa. I had talent management for Renault Nisan Tech Center, and we craft the future of mobility in India, being a joint venture of Renault and Nissan, present across 3 cities in this geography. We have closer to 10,000 plus workforce with us, and we forefront inclusion. Diversity is at the heart of our transformation. Being at the Myavtar conference and finding a convergence of looking at the bright talent of women in STEM, and also being able to pitch ourselves of the work that we do, where we welcome every facet of diversity to our organization, being gender, cross-generational, cultural, and person with disability, and as well on LGBTQIA+, it brings us a strong resolve and make things possible for us. Come explore our stall in the conference and make the most of it. Thank you.
Broadridge India Financials. We are a fintech organization. We work on the wealth management, the asset management. We are one of the best in blockchain. There is a lot of work around the AI area. You can visit our stall where we are looking for associates. We call our employees associates. We are looking for associates from the women in technology. We are looking at associates from the Pride community. We are looking at associates from the PWD community. We are looking to have, girl children who have passed out and are looking for jobs and have not got jobs from the rural areas. So we have our office right here in Whitefield, and Avtar is a great platform for us to, explore and find talent. We are looking to grow at a rapid pace in Bangalore, and I think we are extremely happy to be able to set up a stall in Avtar and enjoy, getting to meet all the talent that is there around us.